Hello. Hello, good evening. Who do we have? Let me see. How's everybody doing? Let me know if you need me to adjust while we wait for a couple other people. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Miss Angela. What's going on? What's everybody doing? Wow, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right, while we wait for a couple other folks, I'm gonna adjust a little bit. I want to be as clear as possible to you guys. Let me know if I need to be any clearer. Adjustments out. Let's see. Ooh, okay, that worked. How's this? How are we doing? What's up? Hi, Shannon. Hey. Ooh, Cree. Is that how your name's pronounced? I like that. I like the person's wannabe natural. I like that name. Hey, Miss Philly. Oh, thank you so much. Listen. All right, let me see how much time we have. So we have a couple of minutes, guys. I'm in Massachusetts. It is rainy and dreary. I was like, oh, okay, so fall's here. I opened up all the sweater dresses, all of the knitwear, okay? I was like, it's time. Summer had its time. Clearly it didn't really, but I'm like ready to move on. This summer was like a bad boyfriend, just didn't know how to act. So that being said, I'm embracing the fall. So turtleneck central. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Angel from Flint, Michigan. I got family in Michigan. Hey, girl. Aloha, Hawaii. 97 in North Carolina, girl. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. The way humidity is set up for my body, I get hot. This thing, you think this would last at 97 degrees? It barely lasts through my 2-year-old. So, Indiana. All right, so what's going on? What's everybody up to? We have a couple of minutes. How's everybody's day? Miss Texas. Hi, Miss Maryland. Miss Philly. Oh, word. We got people from all over. Ohio. Okay. Chinese takeout. Relaxing, watching the kids play. Nice. Hey, this is the perfect time. So I guess we will jump in a little bit. I realized I didn't even give a proper introduction of myself. So hi, everyone. My name is Olinda. You can follow me on Instagram at OlindaXBeauty. I am a makeup artist with El Maquillage, and today you have joined in on the concealer workshop extravaganza. So I'm going to be showing you how to apply your foundation and concealer. You're going to learn a little bit about the El Maquillage products. It's going to be a good time. Someone said that they are busy getting ready for virtual school starting back. Listen, I'm going to make everybody laugh right now. If you are over the age of 18, you'll get it. How crazy is it that there's going to be no more snow days? Think about it. If you live in anywhere that it's kind of like cool, like colder temperature, snow days were something that I lived for. Like, yes, nobody has to go to school, but now with this virtual learning, there ain't no more of that. How are these kids like? Are they going to get to experience a snow day? These are the things that go through my mind. Oh, yeah. So Shannon said, I'm from the South. There were never snow days. Hey, another Michigan. It's crazy. Yes, they're not going to get to have the things that we had. I saw one of my friends told me at colleges that are making kids do remote learning, they get their rooms scanned to make sure that they're not like cheating. This is a whole new era. I know we thought the future was going to be like the Jetsons, where we were going to be in like flying hover cars. I did not expect to be wearing a mask. That wasn't in my futuristic robotic outfit, okay? I'm reading everybody's comments. Everybody's getting ready. The kids ready for school. Listen. I don't know. I applaud all the moms and dads and guardians out there. All right. Ooh, you know my signature. Ooh. All right, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. It's time to conceal our faces. That was the other thing. Before I even get started, I saw someone just ask, are we not going to wear a mask for Halloween? My daughter's finally old enough that she would be able to kind of hold her own little bag if we wanted to trick or treat. And now I'm like, I don't think so. So it looks like it's going to be virtual trick or treating. Just leave the candy in someone's mailbox, I guess. Okay, so I see everybody's trickling in. It is 7 o'clock. If anyone is just getting in, hi. How you doing? My name is Olinda. You can follow me on Instagram at OlindaXBeauty, OlindaXBeauty. We are here because, yes, Miss Shannon, we are here to talk about concealer and foundation. It's about that time, okay? I feel like everyone's been in the house. This is your perfect time to practice. This is your perfect time to learn. There's no such thing like now you can't say, oh, I don't want to mess up. Like, girl, practice right before you're about to go to bed. So if you are in this class right now, step up to the plate if you bout it. Okay, I hope you are. I want you to grab your foundation, your concealer, just grab your makeup if you have it. If you want to participate, I would love you to, because the best way to learn is to follow with me. So grab your concealer, grab your foundation, grab whatever your stuff is. I'm going to give it like 30 seconds. I'm going to take a sip of water while we wait for the other trickling people to join in. Let me take this out. It's not a commercial for that. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Mehak. I hope I say your name correctly because I'm a stickler. But thank you so much. All right. So let me pull my hair back a little bit, just so we get the full face. Okay. So here we are. All right. So I hope you grabbed your foundation. I hope you grabbed your concealer or your makeup bag. We're going to get started. So first thing you want to start off when you are doing your face, I'm going to start off by moisturizing it, okay? Moisturizing your skin is important. It hydrates the skin. It gets it ready for makeup to be on top of it. So I'm using a moisturizer that is for my skin type. I am combination skin. I lean towards dry. So some areas are drier than others, particularly more around my chin. I do get oily on my T-zone, but we're going to work on that, okay? I love moisturizer. Live for it. Okay. Next thing I'm going to add is eye cream. If you're going to use concealer, you need an eye cream. You have to. Okay? You got to. It hydrates under the eyes. It keeps it from getting all crusty and cakey. Hydrated. So make sure you're looking into an eye cream. So I'm just going to dab that underneath my eyes, just to get them ready. And thank you. Miss Colleen said she likes my eyes. Today I went with like a little bit of an ombre liner. Okay, a little bit of aqua to some dark blue. All right. All right, let me see. Someone said their face is still beat. I ain't mad at you. Hey, do your little looking and learning. Grab a glass of wine or whatever you need to unwind. That was a good one. Hey, guys. All right, so next thing I'm going to grab is the No Filter Poreless Primer. You need a primer for your foundation. If you've ever been to like painting places, like Plaster Fun Time, they make you prime. So they make you paint your little figurine with a primer to get it ready to make the color really show up. And the same thing go for your face, okay? I see someone asked, what eye cream do I recommend? There's honestly different ones for different types of skin. I recently have been liking this one from the Itsy list, I believe it's called. It is a caffeine one. I've also liked the Banana Bright one from Ole Henriksen. I'm trying to think of another one. Belief has a great one as well. How often do you use these? So anytime, honestly, I would recommend every day using a moisturizer and an eye cream. You know, we gotta fight a little bit of aging. I don't mind aging. I just want to do it gracefully. Okay. I want to age gracefully. So that's the goal. We're getting on to that, Angela. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep it moving. So I took the primer. I'm using the primer. This primer is amazing for your skin because it's going to help smooth out any texture, fill in any fine lines, and just make sure that your foundation is looking smooth like buttermilk, okay? So taking that primer, I'm going to focus it first onto the areas I know I really need it. This week, I have been in my self-care bag, okay? I have been self-caring myself. Sounds so weird to say, but I've been self-caring myself. I have been doing my deep conditioner. My hair needed it, and I had to give myself a good scrub. So using the primer. Okay, this is a great, somebody just wrote, I have the primer, but I feel like it doesn't fully soak in. You don't need to use a lot of the primer. I used about a small dab. I know it's hard to see, but just a small dab, rubbing it between my fingers like so. I'm going to press it into the areas that I know I really need to have prime. So again, I said my chin area gets a lot of texture. I do have some laugh lines because I have a big smile, and, you know, with big responsibility comes big rewards. More than recommended. Sorry, I'm reading comments at the same time. Yep, somebody said my makeup stayed on all day with the primer. It's really good. So I'm just patting that onto my face. A very common issue that people run into is when you're using too much primer. When you load up your face with primer, it's going to make your foundation move around. You don't need that much. You just need it to help keep that makeup secure. Okay. Patting it in. All right. You saw that? We are here. Look at the skin. Hold on. Our skin is glowy, hydrated. That means makeup is ready to go. All right. So next thing we're going to go on to is the Woke Up Like This foundation. I am shade number 140. Okay. And you guys, listen, I understand it's hard to shade match. I get it. I myself, I have golden tones, neutral tones. I am warm on some days. Take the quiz on El Maquillage's website. They have 50 shades of the foundation. It's also really good because you get to learn about yourself. You get to see, you know, do I prefer gold jewelry over silver? What really is your skin tone? You can figure out your undertones. It's an awesome quiz. Definitely go for it. I'm going to start with the foundation first. Oh, somebody said their fiance noticed that her makeup's been on fleek. We like a poppin' fiance that compliments us. Ooh, I see another 140. Awesome. I see a 120. Okay. So sorry, shaking it up. I'm doing only 1 to 2 pumps. Okay. 1 to 2. So what we're going to start off with, I'm just going to even out my complexion. Like I said, this is more of a concealer. Sorry, this is more of a concealer class, but I do want to give you guys an even canvas so you can see how it really transforms this under eye darkness. Somebody asked, when you put the foundation on, do you use a brush or a sponge or your hands? I typically would recommend going for a sponge or a brush. Typically with hands, especially right now in COVID times, your hands aren't always the cleanest. It depends on the finish that you're looking for, but the foundation is medium to full buildable coverage. So completely up to you. If you're looking to really sheer it out and just use your hands, go for it. But right now, it is time to sanitize our hands and keep them clean as much as possible. Okay? Cool. All right, so I'm taking 1 to 2 pumps. I'm going to pick some up with my brush, and I'm just going to even out my skin. What I like to do is start by bouncing my foundation brush on the areas that need coverage first and let it get married into the middle. So as you can see, this is where I have a little bit of a dark spot area. I'm just going to bounce my foundation brush on it. And I'm going to slowly move around my face. I still have foundation on my hands. I just want to let you guys see. I don't need a lot. And as you can see, ooh, look at that. Okay. This is real life stuff. I'm not like, look at the great coverage already. And I only did this little quadrant of my face, okay? Okay. Oh, thank you, Il Makiage. I didn't even say. I'm using the number 100 foundation blending brush. This is a really good brush, guys. All right. I'm bringing it over to the other area of my face that I want to give some coverage. I'm just bouncing my foundation brush. And you see, I'm not swirling because that's going to irritate my skin personally. Again, if you're combo, you want to hold on to as much hydration as you can. That being said, also if you are dry. So I would recommend bouncing your foundation brush. Someone says, Miss Lisa says, I'm older and I notice my skin is looking crepey under my eyes, sunken in. How can I cover that without the cakey look? Like I said, I would recommend definitely using a great eye cream, using a small amount of concealer first and build as you go rather than putting on too much and then having an excess amount. Miss Karen said, why must we age? Says, man, it's okay. We'll take aging gracefully. That's the goal. Oh, no problem, Lila. I'm happy that you like the primer. Someone said too much light. Sorry, girl. Is this a little better than for you? So right now it's just evening me out, and you're gonna see how we get that great look with our concealer. All right. And I'm only using a small amount of foundation just because I want to even out a little bit, but this is a concealer show, okay? And typically with your foundations, they do take away some of your color. So that's when you go in with the bronzers and the blushes to bring that color back to the skin. Is the blending, sorry, I'm catching up, guys. Is the blending brush worth it? I can't decide if I really need it. Low key, sis, it's a good one. I've honestly put on two of my other friends that are makeup artists as well. They attest the brushes pass the test. They are good. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm an honest gal. I like the brushes. What's best to use under eyes and what should I apply it with? Like I said, eye cream as well as your concealer, setting it with a setting powder lightly. That also helps to keep it in place, and then using a setting spray. And underneath your eyes, you can definitely use a sponge or a brush. That's your preference. Does this makeup rub off on clothes? How does it hold up in hot weather? So the foundation, it's really great. It does hold up in hot weather. I did already use it on a photo shoot. It did last. I do recommend using the setting powder and setting spray, but I would recommend that with any foundation. Yes, like Alexis, some people like sponges, some people like brushes. Type in the comments, are you team brush or team sponge? Let me see. So I'm just going to get to blending. I want to catch up because this is I have to show you guys the concealer. We have to get to the concealer. All right. So you see I'm evened out. Whoop, whoop. You know, next time it is time for our Fuck Our Flawless time. All right. So I am using the concealer. Next. Let me see. I'm looking at my team sponges or team brushes. Let me see who's winning. Brush, 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 brush. Sponge, brush, sponge. Brush again. Sponge, sponge. Someone said both. Sponge, but I'm going to convert. Ooh, El Maquillage's team brush. Yep. I don't do full face foundation, but I have dark under eye circles. Do I need foundation and concealer for that? I would recommend using a color corrector. El Maquillaje sells some color correctors too to help out with that. I would recommend using a color corrector and then blending it into the skin and then putting your concealer on top if you only wear concealer. If you're trying to only wear concealer, I would do that method so that way you can really cover those dark circles. Oh, it's a good mix of brushes or sponges. All right. So just because I see that there's a mix, I'm going to beat that girl and do a mix too. All right. So under one eye, I'm going to use the number 140 concealer brush, concealer blending brush. This is also from In Maquillage. And then I'm also on the other eye, I'm going to use their blending sponge, and I'm going to use that underneath the eyes. So that way you guys get to see a little bit of both. I like to take care of all my babies. Okay. All right. So let me pull this back. Next, we're going to go in with our concealer. So again, I use the Il Maquillage Fucking Flawless. My shade number is 13.5. Okay. Oh, Miss Colleen just tried the quiz, the concealer quiz. She tried it and they matched her perfectly. That's what's up. I use both. I only use concealer for a scar on my freckles. That's okay. Absolutely. Definitely it would cover that. Yes, Miss Chizzy or Mr. Chizzy, I'm sorry. You are able to rewatch this. Il Maquillage should save this on their YouTube. Okay? Sorry, I'm catching up with everybody. Meaning applying concealer with either a brush or a sponge. Yep, you can either use a brush or a sponge. All right, so I'm going to go with the concealer. I have a little mantra that I like to say. I don't think dark circles deserve to be in our lives like that, so I don't treat them nicely. So that being said, I hope everybody in here has their concealer. All right, remember, we're doing a brush and a sponge on either side. So for concealer, as you can see, an awesome applicator, really nice. The color's beautiful. You get to see how much your product, you get to see how much product you've used. I like that. How many times have you used a foundation? Raise your hand if there's been a time you've used a foundation you didn't realize you were to the last drop until the pump stopped. Have you not been shattered? like shattered. It's aggravating. So I like that I'm able to see how much product's already been used. I use the concealer and it seems to just sit on my facial lines, made them more noticeable. What am I doing wrong? So Miss Lisa, I would recommend using the primer first. Let's see on your facial lines. Yeah, I would definitely recommend moisturizing your skin. A good moisturizer for your skin is highly important. Hydrate with any product that has hyaluronic acid is going to be really hydrating to the skin. And I would also recommend using the primer. Definitely going to have to order the brush. Waiting on my 120 foundation to come in. Yes, sis. Someone said, yes, I opened the bottle and scrape it with a Q-tip. You are a woman I will go to the jungle with. We got this. All right, so let's get to the concealer. So again, I don't treat them nicely. So where they entered my life, where they tried to stay, okay? And I always say they don't pay no bills, so send them on their way. So I give them that little uppercut. So that's going to give my under eye a really beautiful lift. So where they came to stay, where they tried to live, kick them out, they didn't pay a bill, okay? Out of here. And again, I'm going to use a brush on one side and the sponge on the other. All right. I don't know if I missed Natalie's question. Does it matter or change the look if you put concealer on before or after foundation? It depends. So if there's something that you really want to make sure is like covered to the gods, you can give it a dab of concealer before you put on your foundation. But it's really, it's a toss-up. You can honestly do it before or after. And this formula is amazing because it really moves nicely on the skin. I have dealt with certain foundations or concealers that have not been compatible. Our eyes must be slamming. All right, again, where they came, where they tried to live, I kick my dark circles out because they didn't pay a bill. Okay? You got to pay rent to be on this face. All right. So, as promised, we're going to use a brush, the number 140 concealer blending brush. We're going to use that on my right, your left. And we're going to use the sponge on my left, your right. All right, so I'm going to go in with the brush first. I am going to grab a little mirror just to get a little bit up closer to myself because I can't see that far. But I'm using the brush. I'm going to be patting the brush underneath my eyes. I am not swiping it. I am not going to bring it down too far. I'm going to pat it underneath my eye area and following where I kick that dark circle out the door, okay? Yes, typically with concealer, some people want to brighten up their face with different areas. Some people just want to spot conceal. So let's say you have one blemish that you just don't want to show. Birthmarks. Everybody has different reasons for wanting concealer, but you can use it to brighten. So you can go a few shades lighter. Okay, so my shade is actually really natural right now. I do have another shade if I ever want to go really bright, but I'm showing my more natural shade because I want to show you guys that this is going to be natural looking, and that's awesome. Took the test and I'm 13.52, but way darker than you. Should I still get it or take the test again? To be honest with you, one of my friends is more in the chocolate family for sure. She's definitely more in the darker skin family. She liked my number a lot. She received number, please let me remember. I think she received number 14, but she did like the number 13.5 more because it had more of a yellow undertone, and her being darker, she wanted more of the yellow undertone concealer than the neutral. So I would give 13.5 a try. And worst comes to worst, it's a 14-day trial, guys. 14 days, you get to try it. All right? You get a full-size concealer that you get to try for 14 days. All you pay is $5 in shipping, okay? And if it's the wrong shade, you send it back for the $5 and they send you your correct one. So get a try, okay? Hi, Sarah. How you doing? Hey, girl. All right, so using the concealer brush, I'm going to bounce it underneath my eyes first, okay? So I'm just bouncing it there. Remember I said we're not swiping. And when we get to that part where we kicked it out the door, you want to follow that outward. That's what's going to get that awesome lift underneath our eyes. Woo! Look at that. Okay? Yes, Cartesia. Sorry if I pronounced it Cartesia. The foundation is really a nice formula. I'd say it's a natural finish. And I did apply foundation before. All right. Next thing I'm going to go in with, we're going to use a sponge on the other side as promised. So just so you can see, nice and hydrated. And at the end of each class, I'm known for it. I lift my entire computer up and get up in the light. I want you guys to see. I see Miss the gray hair one just said that. I promise you, I end up showing both sides of the lighting. I hope that you'll be able to see it better. But I do end up bringing it a lot close. I let you come to my front door, sis. Don't worry. All right. So using the sponge, I'm going to use that. Again, I prefer and recommend you guys use these sponges while damp. So just squeeze a little bit of water, make sure they're damp, so that way they really help this concealer blend into your skin. Yes, Miss Sarah just said 2 concealers are better than 1. Yep, she uses 13.5 and 14. So definitely that works. Oh, don't worry, Lisa. Trust me, it's mostly about hydrating your skin and just treating it properly, and then applying your makeup in a nice light way if you're struggling with it ending up in fine lines. But let me get started on the blending with the sponge. Here we go, guys. So same technique. I'm just bouncing the sponge underneath my eye and following where I kicked it out. Awesome. Woo! Oh, I just did it on the other side too, but it's okay. Miss Cynthia just said, I got the concealer and I tried it without the brush and my dark spots still showed through. I used the brush and the dark spots are gone. That's awesome. All right. So I'm hoping I'm going to bring it a little bit better. Okay. Hold on. How's that? I forgot your name already. I'm sorry, Miss the Gray One. I brought it up a little bit just so you could see. Look at that, guys. It looks so hydrated underneath my eyes. My skin is glowing. All right. I want you guys to get a good glimpse up right now. All right. I'm going to put it back down. All right. So we're going to move on, okay? So I used the sponge because I wanted to blend that in. If you'd like to use the concealer on other areas of your face, absolutely. This formula is really nice. It moves effortlessly. It does not end up cakey. So I'm just using the sponge just because I want to highlight my chin a little bit, just to brighten up that area and my forehead. And I'm using the sponge. All right. All right, next thing we are going to do, we are going to powder our face. That's how we really set our makeup, okay? I use this analogy. So imagine that your face is, sorry, I saw someone said, what do I use to prep my face? So I recommend a moisturizer and an eye cream. I definitely recommend the No Filter Primer by Il Makiage. Oops, sorry, that glare. This one's really awesome for filling in any fine lines and getting, smoothing down any texture. Let's see. Any tips for covering spots in addition to covering the dark circles under the eyes? So in the array of concealers that Il Makiage offers, they do have some color corrector ones in there. So I would recommend, after hydrating and priming your face, using the color corrector, blending that in with either your sponge or brush, and then applying a concealer. That's if you want to just use concealers to really knock those dark circles or dark spots out, okay? All right, next I'm going to use the transparent powder, okay? I'm going to pour some here. And FYI, I don't know if you can see it, I'm not using this much, okay? We do not need a ton. And I know some people, my darker skinned clients are like, whoa, that powder's white, but it is a transparent one. I have used it, and I've also had darker friends that have used it. They like it. It works. But in case it's not your flavor, Il Makiage does have, I think maybe 2 or 3 other loose powders. I also have the shade here, Butternut. I typically would use that on my more darker skinned clients, but we are here and we're going to use transparent on myself, okay? So using the number 110, the Duo Fiber Multi-Blending Brush, okay? I'm going to pick up some powder here. Okay? Watch this. All right, you saw that? That little excess of powder, we do not need that much. All right? Perfect. I just like to have my brush have a soft amount. So I'm actually going to lightly sweep that underneath my eyes that we just blended with our concealer brush and with our sponge. So just giving it a light sweep. Okay. Picking up some powder, tapping off the excess. Okay. That's how we avoid the cakiness, the crustiness, and the dryness. Lightly setting areas. Okay. Now I'm going to do that same thing all over my face, picking up powder, and I'm going to tap it onto my areas of my face that I know I get more of the oiliness or, just really needs to be set. So I'm patting this all over my face, light tapping motion. This brush is awesome. It just moves really freely on the face. Okay. Ooh, and you guys see, it took away all that shine, which is beautiful. All right, let me catch up with some of the comments as we keep moving forward. Let me see. We're still doing good on time. We got to go in a little bit, so I'm going to jump to the questions. Shawind, I have problems with bags under my eyes. How can I use a concealer to help with that? When I use concealer, it seems to still be visible. If you're using a concealer and it's still visible, you might not be using the right concealer for you. I would do Il Makiage's website. They have a concealer quiz, okay? See it, like learn about your undertone, your skin type. what colors will work best for you. How do I know? Color corrector, same thing. The website will be able to help you guys. The brand is good for all skin types, okay? And the great thing about it, you do not need a ton of product to get that finish. As you can, I didn't load my face up with foundation or powders, and I feel very light, natural, and ready to slay, okay? Thank you, Miss Caitlin. Okay, so we already set our face with powder. All right, now we're gonna go in with some bronzer. I gotta bring my color, some color back into my skin, okay? So bronzer helps to, just warm up the complexion. So I am using, oh, before I forget, I'm so sorry. I am using Waka Waka, the baked, mineral baked powder, excuse me. Let me see. Use pressed powder in the place of used powder. Yes, you can. Okay. So tapping the bronzer, tapping off the excess. I'm going to use it to warm up the areas of my face. Okay. So I'm just going to give my cheeks a light bronzing. I'm going to give my forehead a light bronzing as well. Oh, you guys see it's giving me back life. Their bronzers are amazing. Nice. So they are. Kimberly ordered the Waka Waka. Girl, it's a gem. Trust me. And I'm also going to do my jawline, okay? This is how you hide those quarantine snacks. I've been saying this. Okay. All right. All right, guys. We are out of time. Okay? That's sad. But it's okay because we are good. So now it's my time to lift up. I want to let you guys see me up close in person and let you see the look. As you can remember, first we used, I'm going to do a real quick recap. El Maquillage, don't cut us off. First, we moisturized our skin, used eye cream. That is highly recommended, especially if you're looking to use concealer, use an eye cream. Use their no filter poreless primer. The primer is awesome for filling in any fine lines. It helps for blurring any texture. Then we ended up going on with our foundation. Thank you, Sarah. Our foundation in 140. This is in the Woke Up Like This. Then we moved on to our gem of the night. I'm giving this a quick recap for my boos that are just joining in. We used the Fuck I'm Flawless Concealer. 13.5 is my shade. I used the brush, the number 140 underneath this eye. I used the sponge underneath this eye. Then we followed up with our transparent loose powder. You don't need a lot. Light dusting, sisses. Okay. Light dustings. And then we followed up with our bronzer, the Waka Waka bronzer, which I love it. Okay. It does me justice. Thank you. So we're going to lift it up. We're going to let you guys see the goods. Okay. I have somebody out there that might be making me dinner. I'm trying to make sure I can get dinner made for me. Okay. So let's step back. I told you guys I was breaking out all my sweater dresses for my fall time. All right. We're coming up. Hey, girl. All right. I'm trying to make sure I can give you guys a real accurate look. This is my skin. We are flawless. This is underneath the eyes. Okay. All right. Well, I gotta go. I appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in. Please, if you did a look tonight, even if you threw on a lipstick, I don't care. Tag me in it. I would love to see and connect and talk. Again, my Instagram is Olinda X Beauty. Please follow me. I would love to talk to you and help you guys out. Thanks so much, El Maquillage, for having me on tonight. I hope that you guys kick these concealers out because they ain't paying no bills, so they know the drill. Out of here. Lift them underneath those eyes, all right? Thank you again. Hope you guys have an amazing evening. Mwah, 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 mwah. All right? Oh, yes, be on the lookout for El Maquillage for an email after class. They're going to have products and a mysterious gift. Definitely, I would grab these products. Honestly, as you guys saw, my skin feels amazing, looks amazing, nice and smooth overall, and that's what we love. My IG is Olinda X Beauty, Olinda X Beauty, okay? Thank you guys. Bye.